keeps my CPU temps down while staying nice and quiet. I can't hear it running. Love the way it looks. This is the second AIO cooler I've installed. Removed the first one because it was 280mm and only fit the front of my case, and the only issue it had is the original Corsair was easier to install because it just looped onto the stock clamps on the Mobo. Pros: the AIO is gorgeous and my CPU temperatures have been fantastic, running an overlocked 10600K. Cons: the connection point for the tubing does stick out a decent amount, so your options for aligning the block over the CPU may be limited. It isn't a huge concern, but something to be aware of on motherboards with large heat sinks that may take up space. I've also noticed a slight hum from the pump. Low enough that I can tune it out, but it is present. Overall, I am extremely pleased with the product. You can't go wrong if temperatures and aesthetics are important. Just wanted to share the slight negatives I found in the event these would be concerns for a prospective purchaser. Note that in my photos I replaced the inbox fans for the finished product, but this was simply an aesthetic choice. The fans performed admirably while they installed and I had no complaints. When I made considerations for my build, I wanted a quiet build without much fuss and an easy setup while having enough power to run games on mid-high, with streaming for friends occasionally. That said, the EK-AIO 240mm nailed the quiet but reliable requirements I've needed for an all-in-one water cooling kit. With the 10700K overclock to an all-core 5.0 GHz, I ran Prime 95S blend test, to simulate CPU/RAM use, and a minimum 60/maximum 74 degrees on package temperatures is pretty deep. I like the fact that it doesn't require any additional software or hardware to operate. Cables are all plenty long for east cable management. Pump is very quiet, so much so that it can be run at full speed without any perceptible noise. Fans seem very high quality and are reasonably quiet for a 120mm. A quick stress test yielded a several degree improvement in load temperature over my previous highly regarded Nock 2 air cooler. On default settings I would idle with a 5 GHz OC in the mid to high 30s Celsius to low 40s Celsius, between 35 to 43. While that's no issue, and is likely set to sustain the life of the cooler, I did some testing and created a custom fan pump curve for this AIO produced more favorable thermal results. I now idle in the mid to low 20s and max out in the high 60s for 8 physical cores, with the 2 other physical cores just barely breaking 70°C. I strongly suggest to anyone who is using this on a higher-end CPU with a healthy overclock to do the same and make whatever adjustments you're comfortable with to the fan pump curve. Improved thermal performance will be immediate. The specs of my build is below this review. I did not purchase this AIO on Amazon. Unfortunately they were sold out of the 360mm variant of this AIO at the time I was purchasing, so I had to purchase directly from EK-Vard's website. While my review is listed as a review for the 240mm variant, it is certainly not. However, Amazon won't let me review a product that is currently unavailable/out of stock, but I wanted to get my opinion and information out to everyone who considers reviews prior to purchasing. While the cost for purchasing direct from EK-Vard is about $30 more because of additional shipping costs rather than free Prime shipping I would have received here on Amazon, it allowed me to get the AIO quickly since it was in stock, which was my main concern even though I picked the cheapest shippy. Click link in description for more reviews.